Have you heard the saying that your network is your net worth, or that it's not about who you know, but rather who knows you? I think that people underestimate the power of surrounding yourself with the right people that have the right mindset that will help you level up in your life to help you achieve the goals that you have. So today I'm going to cover why networking is not only so important but vital for success, where to network, and also I will not only be giving you my thoughts, but I will also give you a few pieces of information for you to digest and investigate more about. Stay with me for about 10 minutes. My name is Andrew Pizzi. I'm an investor and entrepreneur out of Las Vegas, and I want to welcome you to the AP Show, where I'll be focusing on how to build a great life around health, wealth, love, and happiness, and not just in one specific area, because I'm a believer that you need to master multiple areas in order for you to have a great life overall. With that being said, I have a favor to ask from you. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell. But most importantly, please comment below with any thoughts about this video or any future videos that I should be reviewing in the future. Okay, with all of that being said, let's jump right into it. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm going to be covering a few really key important things, so please follow along here. The first one that I want to cover is, why is it so important to network? Well, the easiest way to explain it is the following. If my goal is to do business with more and new people, how would I be able to do business with them if I don't know them, right? If you and I, let's say I do insurance and financial services, and you do, let's say, real estate, before you and I meet, we cannot know that whenever any one of us thinks about the need of insurance, in your case, or me about the need of real estate, before we meet, we are not going to have an idea of who to call if we are in need of one of those services. Now, once we do meet, now we know that we're one call away from my real estate guy, or in your case, from your insurance guy. But before meeting each other, we had no idea that we could satisfy that need in each other's life. Now, I understand that sounds very basic, but I promise you, most people failed at the basic level. I will also be giving you a few examples in where I actually made thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, from one place only that I was networking at. But before that, let me tell you, actually, now that we know that networking is very important and you have to do it, let me give you the few places that are very relevant and the best places to go network at in 2023. And it's also going to be truth in 2024 as well. It's one of them and it beats all of them combined. And it's in-person events. Yes, in person. Not Zoom, not the virtual events that Tony Robbins and Grant Cardone are doing, where 10,000 people show up to a virtual room and they talk for hours and hours. In person. Why? Because I read a quote in a book years ago that said, the money is made in the hallways of the events. Now, are the speakers great? Absolutely. I'm not saying that they're not. They're getting paid $100,000 to $250,000 to be there giving you a 45-minute speech. I'm not saying disregard that. On the complete opposite, I'm saying pay attention to those. What I'm saying is the speakers are not the most important part of the event. Most of the time, to be honest with you, they're going to post on their YouTube channel the recording of the speech that you went and paid to get the information from them. The most important part is the networking that happens in the after parties, in the breakout rooms, in the hallways, when you're meeting people, when you're talking to like-minded people. Do all of them. Those are the opportunities that you will have to network with the people that will give you the ideas, the knowledge, the money, or whatever it is that you need. So do them. Most people never even try going to an event because they're too shy, or because they're introverts, or because they don't know how to talk to people. And they actually think that they have to know how to persuade people, how to communicate, when in reality, in-person events are the easiest ways for people that don't know how to communicate for them to talk to other people. Why? Because when people go to an event, They're all there with the same purpose: to meet strangers, to talk to them, and to do business with them. So trust me, you're never going to come out awkward if you approach a group of people and you start talking to them. And you know what? Eventually, once you do enough of them and you talk to enough people, you're actually going to come out of the shy or whatever you think that you are, because you're going to learn communication skills and relationship building skills, which are going to be extremely beneficial to you. So even if you only get that out of events, that alone will pay for the $1,500 or $5,000 or whatever you pay for a ticket to go to an event. Here's the deal. If you want to make something out of your life, but your circle and the people that you're always hanging around with don't have anything going for their own lives, you're always going to end up being pulled back because you're hanging around people that are not where you want to be. And it sounds raw, but it's so true. It's crazy, but if you want to do something with your life, you have to make sure that you're not hanging around people that are not where you want to be, because you're going to end up achieving nothing. It's like Grant Cardone says. He goes, "Who's got my money?" And I can tell you that you should be asking yourself that question every single day, because I can promise you, and I can bet you money, that the money that you want is in somebody else's hand right this second. So let me jump into the examples on how this can make a significant difference on the money that you make right now. I've actually been to about 3 events in the last 60 days, and I want to break down to you how a couple deals have came out just from those events in the last 60 days. I went to Ryan Pineda's WealthCon event, which is something that he does every quarter in Las Vegas. And by the way, a shout out to the people who put that event together. It was pretty cool. In one of the after parties that they were holding for the VIP ticket holders, I actually met a wholesaler. If you don't know who a wholesaler is, look it up so that you can get this video and kind of like know what I'm talking about. I met the guy, and after talking for about 30 to 45 minutes, I told him what kind of properties I was interested in, and within 2 days after the event, he started sending me properties that were off the market. One of the properties that he sent me picked my attention, and he ended up selling me that condo for $205,000 when the market value of the condominium is $260,000 to $280,000. So that one ticket that cost me $1,500 to go to that event ended up making my net worth increase by about $50,000 to $80,000. That's a pretty good ROI, right? One connection made there, and that was the result that we got. Another example that I will give you is on my insurance company. We actually ended up getting hooked with a guy that has thousands of apartments all around the country, and we do insurance. The guy wasn't even thinking about switching insurance policies or insurance companies, and he did it just because of the relationship that was built. He ended up switching all of the policies for all of his apartments over with us. The premium for the policies that we wrote for the guy was north of $500,000, and just the commission out of the policies was in the 6 figures. So the point here is 1 or 2 events that I went to in the last 60 days that cost me about $1,000 to $2,000 to attend ended up making me 6 figures plus. I could keep going with all the examples that I could be giving you, but you get the point. You never know who you're sitting next to at an event or a meetup or anywhere really. So my tip to you is, if you're an entrepreneur, get out of your house. You cannot grind it all day in your house, in your computer. You're going to be doing well, but never as good as personal connections where you communicate with real human beings that are doing or being at the places that you want to be at. That's just one example on how, if you're an insurance guy, you can do the day-to-day policies that will come to your office, but you have to network and you have to go places if you want to make the real money that the insurance industry has to offer. Trust me, those policies that are $500,000 a year in premium that will get you 6 figures in one check won't be coming to your office. They just won't. You have to go out and look for those people. The same is true if you're a real estate person. Whether you're an agent, a flipper, a wholesaler, whatever you do, I can promise you, if you keep going to those events and you keep networking with those people, everything is going to get better. You're going to find people that are going to put deals in your hands, but you have to get out of your house. Those people are the ones who are going to help you make more money, make more connections, and just simply have a better understanding on the market and just be the expert in whatever field you are. Just like that condominium, right? A 30 to 45 minute conversation with the guy gave me a deal that ended up making me, or it's not made me anything because I haven't sold it, but it's only because I don't want to. But in my net worth, that condominium is there and it's worth about $50,000 to $80,000 more than I paid for it, just from a 30 to 45 minute conversation. So today I want to encourage you to get out of your house. Whether you think you're an introvert, an extrovert, good at communication or not, whatever you think about yourself, just do it anyway. It doesn't matter. One thing I can tell you is the reps of going to the events, going to the meetups, talking to people will get you out of being an introvert, out of being a shy person, and they will get you better. I can promise you, it'll take you to the next level. And by the way, whether you form your own meetup, because that's something that people do as well, and comment below if you want me to elaborate more on that. But whether you go to somebody else's event like I do, I don't put together any events of my own. I just attend other people's event. It doesn't matter. You can go to your own and create it, or you can go to somebody else's that is already gone through the headache of, finding the venue, putting the people, doing the advertising and everything, and just take advantage of the connections. Do whatever it is that you feel comfortable with, but get out of the house. With all of that being said, I hope today's video brought you value, and if it did, please hit the like button. As always, go follow me on Instagram, and take care, everybody.